little sick, and our medical team just felt like that it'd be best for us to, for cautionary reason, just to, keep him home, and then we'll be back business as usual tomorrow.
If anybody tested positive?
No COVID positive tests. No.
Thank you.
Brooks, you want?
Yeah, David, you said you were going to meet with Justin Reid on Monday. Have you decided whether he'll start and play on Sunday?
He'll play on Sunday. Everything, we're moving forward. Back to business as usual.
And how did that meeting go, and how do you feel that'll be?
It wasn't a meeting. We just said we're back business as usual. We're ready to go. He served his time, and we're moving on.
Aaron Wilson.
Hey, David, when you look at the Colts and their running game, how tough is it to get Taylor stopped? And when you think about everything that he does is back, what makes him so difficult to slow down?
Well, I tell you what, it's very important when you're playing him. Obviously, we saw a stat this morning that when he rushes for 100 yards this year, they've won every game. When he hasn't rushed for 100 yards, they've lost. So obviously, it's very important for our defense to have gap control, especially run gap control, stay in our gaps more so than any time this year. Not that it's not as important as always, but obviously this guy is playing very well right now. Their offense is playing very well. They're running the ball very well. Carson's doing very well at the quarterback position. He's having a great year, and they're doing a very good job right now.
Christy.
David, what do you think will be the key to getting your offense to be more consistent in this, like after the struggles you had in the second half? I know you talked about not getting behind on the sticks, but how are you going to be able to do that, you think?
Well, just better execution. We had some situations in the game where we got behind the sticks because of a miss here, a miss there. We've just got to be more consistent, and if we are, just like we were in the first half, we'll be okay. But we've got to make sure that starting the second half that we are getting to that good start, and that we are not having those mental lapses that we've been having to cause some of those things to happen.
Aaron Reese.
Hey, David, early in the season, you said that using 3 tight ends was you guys' kind of best personnel grouping, but you really haven't used it much in recent weeks. What's changed in that regard? Well, because, again, after we're coming out of the bye week, we felt like the way we needed to go was to go in the direction that we're going right now, and I think it's worked better for us. And then having Brevin in there right now, it changes things a little bit, gives us a little bit more versatility in the pass game, and so we've just kind of moved in that direction.
Randy.
Morning, David.
Good morning.
Indianapolis defense, Colts defense, if you can talk a little bit about what they bring. I think 13 straight games with a takeaway, and they've got big-time playmakers, as you and I discussed the other day. A little bit about what you're seeing from their side and what they're going to bring.
They're leading the league right now in takeaways. Not only that, their linebacker is leading the league in fumbles, causing fumbles. So they've been playing very, very good team defense, the way you want to play team defense. They're playing 11-on-11 defense all the time. They're not giving up a bunch of big plays. They're playing consistently all over the field. And it's a tough duty. And when you're playing teams like that, you got to do things the right way. And you got to make sure you take care of the ball more so, because this team right here, whether it's causing a fumble or getting a takeaway in the pass game, they've been as good as anybody in the league this year. As a matter of fact, they're the best in the league right now at doing that.
John, did you have another one?
Yep, I do. David, on that Indianapolis game, y'all got burned twice on long touchdown passes, and it hasn't happened since. What has been the difference where you've been able to?
Well, the big thing, John, is making sure that you're deeper than the deepest. We've had a couple of times early in the year where when that happened is we were kind of seeing things and trying to make plays outside of the framework of what we need to be doing in the defense. And I think we've gotten much better at that now, and that's why you're seeing those things eliminated. And usually when you see one happen like that, it usually happens simply because somebody's got his eyes in the wrong place instead of playing the defense the way it should be played. And when you do that, people take advantage of that. And we've been very fortunate to not give up those kind of things lately, and hopefully to continue that.
Aaron Wilson.
Hey, David, when you think about what you guys have been able to do with creating turnovers, what do you feel like that's something that they can come in bunches when you see guys, they start to, pick off passes like Tavier getting his first one? And is that something that you guys feel like you could build on?
Well, I think the reason he were able to get that interception is because defensively at that point, our defense was playing, as I mentioned, that what the coach has been doing. They play 11-on-11 defense. Guys are in the right spot. Quarterback thought he could get the ball in there. Guy tipped the ball. Tavier's right there where he should be, makes a play. And that's what happens. That's how they come. They come when you're playing team defense. You don't, they're created by you doing what you should be doing defensively and being in your position and doing your job. And when the quarterback makes a mistake, and especially when you're in zone coverage, the way we have been a bunch, then those things happen.
We will take 2 or 3 more. Brooks, go ahead.
David, how unique is Tytus Howard's ability to compartmentalize multiple positions? And with the way he thinks, how have you seen that play out as a player and also as a person behind the scenes?
Well, Brooks, first of all, he's got really, really good football instincts. And here's the thing I remember that. I keep forgetting this. The guy was a quarterback in high school. Nobody would ever think that, but he was a quarterback in high school and obviously outgrew that. But he's got very good football knowledge. He loves to play. He knows all those spots, and he's very fortunate that he has the physical skills to be able to go inside and go outside because of that.
John.
David, you mentioned Jonathan Taylor earlier. He's got a lot of long runs, and of course, he had a real long one against you guys after shutting down in the first half. When you see a back consistently making long runs, is it mostly because of him? Is it bad defense, or how much of a role does his offensive line play to free him up?
Well, the offensive line has a lot to do with that. You speaking of the long runs, obviously he had one against us. He had one last week against Tampa Bay. I think it was 78 yards or something like that. And basically they blocked the play very well. And they had some guys in the secondary that obviously, because they have been running the ball very well, they had guys up at the line of scrimmage. They blocked it very well. They had a guy out of a gap, which we talked about. You got to have gap security. When you don't, guys like that will end up making you pay. And he's done a really, really good job of that. That's why it's so important, John, for us to play gap control, just be consistent in what we're doing, and then make them go the long way and not to give up those big plays. But when you do, though, when you get out of your gap against this guy and against this team with the way they run the football, those things will happen.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
About, how did it feel? I know y'all, I guess because y'all been through this, it's kind of old hat, but the fact that y'all had to stay home and go virtual today as a precaution, and how do you feel about that? And the fact that you're not able to work like normal for your preparation for Sunday?
I think it's we've had so much practice at this, that whether you're virtual or in-person meetings, that doesn't really matter. Guys that played the COVID season last year, we have a pretty good understanding of what needs to be done in terms of routine on Wednesdays and things like that, which would typically be a full padded, run day for us. Now it's just time to really dive in and take a closer look at our opponents and really focus on the film that we had from when we played them, and really be dialed into those small details so we can get ready for Thursday's practice tomorrow.
Does this take a great deal away from your preparation, or because you've been through it? Not really.
No, I don't think so. If anything, it allows us to understand the mental aspects, and give your body a rest and be ready for fresh on Sunday.
Thank you.
Yes, Jacob, in that first game, Jonathan Taylor didn't do anything in the first half against you guys, and he had that long run. in the second. Could you describe him as a back, and also what do you guys need to do to contain him?
Well, JT's been balling, man. Props to that guy. He's been running his tail off all year. And I think for us to be successful on defense, this comes to us playing a gap sound defense and limiting those big yards. In the run game and those big shots on their play actions. So I think us staying sound in the run game, will lead us to playing their play actions well and trying to make the Colts as one-dimensional as possible.
Brandon.
Jacob, could you just take us through your sack on Sunday? And also, a couple of weeks ago, we were hearing from Lovie Smith saying that he thought that there was another level that you could take your game to. I think we were talking about Jonathan Bernard at the time, but he had mentioned you as someone who could take his game to an even higher level. How would you evaluate sort of your season so far and in some of the ways you've tried to look to improve and make even more of an impact on the game?
I'd say just staying true to my techniques and what I'm good at, getting better in week in and week out, and trusting the players around me and trusting the players and on the team and trusting the coaches out there on the fields with me, So just trying to get better every week. It was a little bit of an adjustment getting back to my natural position, defensive end, and obviously I'm playing a lot more comfortable in that position in that role now. And I do think there's a giant step I can take as well. This is my first year starting in the league, so there's some growing pains with that. But as I get more and more comfortable, taking 50 and 60 snaps a game, you kind of get into a rhythm. I feel like I'm in that rhythm and I'm flowing pretty good right now.
And the sack on Sunday, was that just you being faster than the other guy? Like what did you see there?
I saw the guard pull, and I took an opportunity, took a shot right there and won on that one.
Brooks.
Jacob, how often do you find yourself going against Tytus in practice, and what's that like? And David was saying that he played quarterback in high school. Can you believe that?
Yeah, man. I've seen Tytus, throw a ball 75 yards, man. So I wouldn't put it past the guy. Playing quarterback in high school, I know he went to college as a tight end, and became a massive human in college. But yeah, I try to rush against Tytus as much as I can, whether he's at left tackle or if he's at left guard or right guard, right tackle, wherever they put him. I try to get my one-on-ones against him, and he's playing well. Played a heck of a game at left tackle.
When did he throw it 75 yards?
Oh man, this might have been like I've seen him do it. I want to say I've seen him do it twice. My first year in 2019, and then this past training camp.
We'll take about 3 more. Aaron Wilson.
Hey, Jacob. When you look at the success you're having as a pass rusher, where do you feel like some specific areas you've gotten better to take that next step as a rusher? And is some of it strength and weight? Is it just kind of maintaining your quickness while being able to add some size and strength? I have a follow-up.
I would say, just really understanding the relationship between, your rush angles and dictating how you want that tackle to set, and showing them different things that you may not do, to get them guessing to go back to what you're good at, So just sprinkling in those change ups, to I would say the kind of abuse situations in terms of third and longs and obvious passing downs and things like that.
Is there kind of a fun competition within the group, including with John Grenard, like, hey, who's going to get there, that kind of thing? Is that
for sure? It's always been, a race to the quarterback, whether it's D-Walk in there, whether it's Malik, whether it's, John, Jordan Jenkins, D-Rib, like whoever it is, we understand that like the room is very competitive. It's been competitive since day one, since they put this room together, and every opportunity to go out there and rush, you're trying to win. So it's obvious. It's an obvious race, especially when you have a guy like Jonathan Gennard on the other side, causing havoc himself.
Okay, we'll take two more. Adam Wexler.
Kind of jumping off that same point, you and John have been here now together 2 years. You've worked with him in practice, and now this year you guys have been on the field together, opposite ends, a ton. What do you see in his game that's allowed him to get where he is? And do you guys look at each other's techniques and moves and kind of bounce that stuff off each other?
For sure. Me and John talking all the time, whether that's in game, in practice, in between plays, during the play. We're always in constant communication in terms of what he's thinking or what moves he's thrown on guys or how he go about being in certain situations or how he plays six technique or how I play 6-eye. We lean on each other in terms of what looks the other person may be getting on the other side, and then just trusting that, okay, I know that John will keep contained, if I'm rushing high or if he's going under, just having that like unspoken chemistry between us, I think that helps us work pretty well.
Okay, last one from Mark Berman.
Jacob, David Culley said the situation with Justin Reid is business as usual. He's back playing. Just your view on that situation. How good is it to have him back for Sunday?
It's great. It's great to have him back there. Looking forward to putting in that work this week, and getting better, taking the right steps to do the things we need to do to put our best foot forward on defense, to play the total unit.
All right. We appreciate the time, Jacob.
Thanks.
You didn't have the COVID season like a lot of these guys where they worked virtually pretty frequently. What's this like for you today as a rookie where you're not going to be firing out of your 3-point stance? It's all going to be kind of virtual and mental and studying.
Right. I mean, we've all done it before. Even though I wasn't at the NFL level doing it, it's still the same thing for college. So you just got to be professional about the situation and make sure you still take notes, watch more film, and it's a mental preparation day, so you still got to continue to be ready to play on Sunday. So.
Roy, as a group, as a defensive line, we're asking Jacob about this. We talked about Saks Fifth Avenue and things like that, but what's the friendly competition like, just as far as everybody trying to chase the quarterback, and is that a lot of fun?
Yeah, it is. It is fun. We make it fun. And, like you said, it's friendly competition, but, we're all happy for each other when that time comes, and whether we can get it one-on-one or we can do it with a game up front and help each other get the sack. So we all strive to be great, so we all worked real hard in the off season, and it's just coming to fruition, that we just kind of keep leaning on each other and try and chase the goal. So
John.
Roy, what's the key to you guys keeping Jonathan Taylor from having a long run like he had in the first game against you guys, and overall just the key to containing him?
Right. He's a powerful runner, with top end speed that can, change direction and everything. So you just got to be gap sound. You got to take control of your gap and lean on each other and be, do your part, be one of the 11th on the defense and make sure you got your gap and make the play when it comes to you.
Brooks.
Hey, Roy, as rookies, you guys kind of work together sometimes, meet together sometimes. What have you seen from Brevin Jordan and Nico Collins as you've got to spend more time with them in their growth?
Right. We grow we meet frequently, and we just, continue to grow. And really that's the main thing. We just all want to keep growing and share each other's ideas and experiences and kind of laugh and joke and kind of reflect on how far we came when we first got here, because the first got here was just us, so to be part of the team now and just, full flow, about a little more than halfway of the season, we're able to look back and reflect on past ideas that we had and how we're doing. So it's always great to see Nico catch the ball or when Brevin scores, because those guys outside of football, their character. So it's awesome to see, all the rookies do great, so it's fun.
Anything in particular you've learned about them?
I'll give you one about Brevin. He's always the guy that smiles in the room. So it's a man's a great teammate to be around.
Brandon.
Hey, Roy, out of the rookies, you were one of the ones that was able to contribute pretty much early on from the get-go. What is it about your game and your skill set that you feel like allowed you to become such an immediate contributor? And then what is it about your game that you want to see take the next step?
Right. So me playing early was just it just showed how much trust, my teammates had in me, the D-line had in me, my coaches had in me. So, just the whole process has been just a crazy learning process. So when people ask, like, what do you want to grow or stuff like that, there's a lot of things where I need to grow, and that's something that, throughout this past, season it's been fun to do, show up every day and kind of watch film or reflect. And this is going to be, fun to play a team, for the second time. This is my first time playing the team twice in a row, or twice in the season. So, it just shows that, the trust that, the D-line had in me. And, we continue to grow. And they didn't see me as a rookie stepping in. They just understood that, the job's got to get done. So.
Okay, we'll take about 2 or 3 more. Mark.
Roy, I know you touched on this earlier, but having been through this sort of COVID type stuff where you were on virtual last year in college and that kind of thing, what did you find out about yourself and maybe staying more focused, being mentally sharp, and how much of that helped you, like today, for instance?
Right, like you said, the mental sharpness is huge. You got to be mentally disciplined. And it just takes everything around you that, you got to focus. You got to put time aside and make sure that you're getting everything you need to do like you would if you were inside the facility. Get treatment on your body, watching film, and moving around. You just can't be inside all day, just kind of tucked away, hiding away. So, but yeah, it teaches you a lot about yourself. And thankfully it's just one day right now. So, we'll be back tomorrow.
Thank you.
Hi, Roy. I know you probably haven't seen your cleats yet. Maybe you guys will see them tomorrow, but can you tell a little bit about your cause for My Cause, My Cleats and background on it and how you chose it?
Right. Yeah, I have not seen my cleats. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to share them with everybody, but my cause was the LPOA, the Latino Peace Officers of America, and or Association, I'm sorry. And really, my family is very, involved in it throughout the Phoenix branch. And, so it's always, when I heard about it, I was like, man, I got to do it. So I was able to get my family's badge numbers on my right cleat, and also on my left cleat, I was also able to represent the Houston branch for the LPOA. And, so we put GHC, LPOA on the left cleat for Houston. And so I'm excited to see them. I'm going to share them with everybody. And they're going to be pretty cool. They're going to be pretty cool.
John.
Yes, Roy, what does it mean to you to know that Pro Football Focus has you as the second highest graded rookie interior defensive lineman?
Yeah, it's PFF is highly respected, so they grade every play. But at the same time, you just kind of every week's a new week, and you learn that in the NFL. So that's something that's been something that I needed to embrace, and I'm thankful to be ranked that high. But we still got 6 weeks to go, so I'm excited, and it's like I said, it's a week-to-week base league. So,
EP, did you have another one?
Yeah, Roy, can you just tell us how many family members or which of your family members or officers?
Right. My mom is a police officer. Both of my uncles are police officer, and my grandpa's a police officer. So they will be the ones represented on my cleat with their badge numbers. So.
Okay, thank you for the time today, Roy.
Thanks, Roy.
Thank you.
We kind of went in and out just a little bit.
I said, how's your confidence developing? How do you feel like you're doing as far as putting what you've been practicing into games?
Okay, yeah. I mean, my confidence, I feel like it's getting better. I feel like I'm getting, more confident in my game, and understanding the game and the speed of it, but I still feel like it's still room for me to, work on my game, work on the things I feel like I need to improve on the most. I feel like I need to, just study defenses more, just anything, I feel like I can up my game on, I feel like there's always room for improvement.
Aaron, do you have a follow-up?
Yeah, I did. Sorry, I was in an unstable connection. And Nico, as a rookie class, how much pride do you guys take kind of collectively? And what's the camaraderie like as rookies kind of, encouraging each other to perform and, keep getting and growing on the job? Thank you.
Wait, you kind of went in and out again just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the connection.
No, it's all good.
I was asking,
it's okay.
What's the camaraderie like for you guys as rookies, as far as encouraging each other, kind of push each other to keep growing and learning on the job?
Yeah,
Thank you.
I got you. Yeah. The rookie class, we came in together. We always lean on each other. Always there for each other. Just seeing Brevin come in. Learning the game. Him going out there making plays. Davis, Roy. Wallow. Just seeing everybody out there. Playing. Having huge roles, on our team, it means a lot, So as it goes on, the weeks goes on, as it get a little tiring, mentally, we all just lean on each other, be there for each other, and always say each other, let's keep going, let's get better, So it's a great opportunity, for us, we just can't take things for granted, because a lot of people want to be in our places, So that's why I feel like we improve on.
Brandon?
Hey, Nico, you guys took a shot downfield. I want to say it was the touchdown drive for Brandon Cooks, and you guys didn't connect there, but it did look like you were open. Is that an element of your game or an aspect of your game that you would like to showcase more?
It was just we just didn't connect on it. That was nothing that I feel like I could have kept my ankle just a little more higher. Coming out that break, but that's it's a rep. We rep all the time in practice. Connect on. So it's once again, I feel like it is something that I can improve on. Just seeing where I'm at on the field. Just doing things like that. Because I feel like I should have broke that maybe a little more higher and we've been touchdown. But you learn from it. And I feel like that's what I did for sure.
Mark?
What are some of the ways?
Brandon.
Oh, I'm sorry, Omar. I just wanted to ask Nico, just what are some of the ways that you've seen the offense evolve, either just in something that y'all tried to do, whether it worked or not, but obviously y'all have struggled throughout the season. What are some of the ways you've seen maybe the offense evolve or change over time?
I feel like we're not changing. We sticking to the script. It's come down to just going out there and doing our job. Make sure, taking care of the ball, and, just building momentum, and being there, as an offensive unit, going there when our numbers called, just go out there and make plays, So I feel like, we still, room for improvement. There's always room to get better, no matter what, So I feel like as an offensive unit, that's what we're doing, getting better.
Mark?
Nico, how much did going through what you went through last year in college during the pandemic, that type of stuff where y'all did things on virtual, y'all doing that today, how much did that prepare you to be ready for this sort of stuff today?
Oh, I'm used to it, because we did a lot during the COVID, it's same thing, it's virtual, but you still got to lock in mentally, just like as you was in there, in the meeting room, actually being physically in there, but, been doing it, virtual for a while now, it's nothing new, I've been same thing, so we back on it just today, back in the building tomorrow, so you got to lock in mentally, so that's what I've been doing.
Did it help you learn how to stay disciplined mentally and be focused and make this all work?
Yeah, no doubt. Because at home, you got a lot of distractions. You got TV. You look at the TV. You got your phone, but it really tests your mental part. Just for anybody. Just so it really make you lock in. Focus on what you need to focus on, and so if you got a game coming up this week, you don't need to be on your phone because you won't be doing that if you was in in the meeting room. So why do it now? Because you're not there. So I feel like it's something you don't, you shouldn't be doing. So it's time to lock in. It's just time to lock in.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
We'll take a couple more. Adam Wexler.
Hey, Nico, I've got two questions for you. First is, since you came back from injury, you've been on the field a lot. They've gone to you a lot. They went to you late in the game against the Jets as well. How do you think you've improved your route running, your ball skills, all the things that obviously as a pro you want to get better at?
Yeah, a lot. I feel like I have improved a lot, my route running, understanding coverage and things like that. But I still feel like it's still, room for improvement. That's come with, experience and, seeing the way defensive backs plays, it just comes from, just experience. I feel like that's where I'm, where I'm going right now, growing, and that's one main thing I feel like I need to do.
My second question is, I don't know what your relationship is like with your punter, Cam Johnston, but if you guys were at the facility today, would he be wearing Michigan gear?
Wait, say what? Can you say that again?
I don't know what your relationship is like with your punter, Cam Johnston, who went to Ohio State, but if you guys were at the facility today, would he be wearing Michigan gear?
Nah, he wouldn't. I wouldn't do that to him, but he's seen what we did to him Saturday. We came to play. I'm glad we came out with that win. I'm proud of the Michigan right now. They made me happy, man. We finally beat the Buckeyes. So I'm just proud of them. But no, I didn't tell Cam he got to wear Michigan at all. So maybe next year. I might tell next year he probably got to throw on a jersey or something. T-shirts for the day.
All right, Brooks.
Nico, I had a question for you, but first off, Jacob Martin said that he once saw Tytus Howard throw the football 75 yards. Have you seen him do that?
Yeah.
In high school.
Oh, yeah. I see Tytus throw the ball all the time. After practice, when they just messing around, walking on the field, you just get the ball and just throw it. It's tight spiral. It might be a dunk every now and then, but you see the potential he had, back in the day.
He threw it to you?
Nah. He didn't throw it to me, but he just throw it. He play catch. He play catch with anybody. I'm just seeing them do it.
And for you, you were talking about your growth. You started week 1 and you had the injury in the middle there, but how much from the on-field experience did you learn that, like, how much different of a receiver are you, and some of the things that have made you better since week 1?
A lot, just that's come from, just experience, just watching, week to week, just, I feel like I witness, I find something out, new every week, just a different way the DBs run it, no different type of way to run this route, that route. It's really just come from, the guys in my room. I appreciate them, always being there for me and whatever questions I have, so they're part of that. Just they help me, break down film, what to look for, and just things like that because they have experience, they know what it takes, and I'm new to it, so I lean on them, for whatever I have. So, I give, props to them, for helping me out through, my first year, being in the league, my first year, not knowing what to expect, on Sunday. So, I give props to them, for having me prepared and, whenever, I need anything, learning curve, any route, they always there for me. I'm always picking their brains still, so I feel like they've been helping me out a lot and grow.
All right. Thank you for the time today, Nico.
Appreciate it. Thank you.